On August 12, 30 BC, in a sealed mausoleum in the city of Alexandria, the last queen of Egypt died at the age of 39. Her body, when discovered by Roman soldiers who broke through the door of her mausoleum a few hours later, was laid out on a golden bed dressed in the full regalia of the pharaohs of Egypt. Her two faithful servants, Iris and Charmian, had died with her. Her death ended a continuous Greek royal dynasty that had ruled Egypt for 293 years. It ended the dynastic line of Ptolemy, the general of Alexander the Great. It ended the political and cultural era we call Hellenistic. The next day, her son Caesarion, the 17-year-old son she had borne to Julius Caesar, was murdered on the orders of the new master of the Mediterranean. That master was Octavian Caesar, the future Emperor Augustus, who would soon claim the title of first citizen and rule the Roman Empire for 44 years. The traditional story of Cleopatra's death is one of the most famous stories from antiquity. According to Plutarch, the Greek biographer writing roughly 150 years after the event, Cleopatra had a poisonous Egyptian cobra called an asp smuggled into her mausoleum hidden in a basket of figs. She let the snake bite her on the breast. She died wearing the regalia of Pharaoh, beside the embalmed body of her lover Mark Antony, Caesar's lieutenant who had been her ally and her partner in war against Octavian. Modern toxicologists, historians, and archaeologists agree on one thing. The snake story is almost certainly a Roman cover-up. The actual cause of Cleopatra's death is still debated, but it was probably not an asp. To understand the death, you have to understand the situation. Cleopatra VII had ruled Egypt for nearly 22 years. She had been the ally and lover of Julius Caesar, who fathered her son Caesarion. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Cleopatra had aligned with Mark Antony, one of the three men competing for power in Rome. Antony divorced his Roman wife, Octavia, the sister of Octavian, to marry Cleopatra. He acknowledged Caesarion as the legitimate son and heir of Julius Caesar. He gave Cleopatra and her children Roman territories in the eastern Mediterranean. By 32 BC, Antony's relationship with Octavian had collapsed into open warfare. Octavian framed the conflict cleverly. He declared war not on Antony, who was still nominally a Roman magistrate, but on Cleopatra. The conflict was thus presented as a war of Rome against Egypt, of west against east. The decisive battle was at Actium, on the western coast of Greece, on September 2, 31 BC. Antony and Cleopatra's combined fleet was defeated. They fled to Alexandria. Octavian pursued them. By August 30 BC, Octavian had captured Egypt. Antony, after a brief unsuccessful resistance, committed suicide on August 1 by falling on his sword. Cleopatra retreated to her mausoleum, taking with her two servants and significant treasure. She negotiated with Octavian's representatives for several days. She received Octavian himself in a meeting on August 10 or 11. 2 days later, she was dead. The official story, propagated by Octavian and accepted by most subsequent Roman writers, was the asp story. Cleopatra had committed suicide rather than be paraded in chains through the streets of Rome as Octavian's prisoner. The snake story was dramatic, suicide style, and exonerated Octavian of any responsibility. It also made Cleopatra appear weak and panicked rather than calculating and dignified. The asp story has been told and retold in literature, art, and cinema for 2,000 years. The problems with the asp story are extensive. The Egyptian cobra is not native to Lower Egypt and was unlikely to be in the gardens around the Alexandrian palace. The size of an asp large enough to deliver fatal venom is approximately 1.5 meters long and 7 kilograms. Smuggling such a snake in a basket of figs is implausible. 2 of Cleopatra's servants also died on the same day. Asps are not typically capable of inflicting 3 sequential fatal bites without significant rest. The dose of cobra venom required to kill is significant and would almost certainly cause symptoms before death, including vomiting, paralysis, and convulsions. Plutarch describes Cleopatra dying peacefully and the servants dying as if asleep. This is not consistent with cobra envenomation. So how did Cleopatra actually die? The most likely answer is poison. Cleopatra had spent years studying poisons. According to multiple ancient sources, she had conducted experiments on condemned prisoners to identify poisons that would produce dignified, painless deaths. Her preferred lethal compound, according to several sources, was a mixture involving